Nice. And we're recording. So I am going to be making a video on customizing my PS5. So I bought some decals I'm going to be putting on the PS5. I got these on Etsy. This up here, I did a cut up myself because these don't come with that stenciled out already. So it's kind of difficult to even find them that way. But I did what I could. It looks a hot mess, to be honest, but I'm gonna give it a shot anyway. So yeah, this is gonna be the first piece I'm gonna put on. I already removed plates, and here's my first plate. Pieces have been, I've used alcohol to wipe them, and they should be ready for me to put on the decal. It's collecting dust though. You could tell it's kind of collecting dust just from laying around. So I'm gonna try to do this quickly, but not too quick where I screw it up. And hopefully on the stencil, I can just, if it's too fat, I could just try to squeeze it in to the actual design. See how this line is thinner, this one's thicker. Maybe I could squeeze it in little by little and try to get that shape nice and right. I also did a different color symbol in the background that I'm going to be having there. As you can see, that's what I'm going to do for the PS symbol, hopefully when I install it and it looks okay. Hopefully. If it doesn't work out, it is what it is. I could always go get another plate. Maybe not, the exact plate, but a different plate with no PS symbol and just plastic dip my plates or do something creative. So yeah, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Anyways, without further ado, let's get started on the first plate. And hopefully this works out well. This is a little weird to get off. I don't think I'm gonna need this border, so let's just take this off. That way all I have is what I'm actually working with, and as I lay it down I could just peel back the white. Okay. So I'm gonna try doing something kind of like this. Kind of like that. And try to work my way down. It's gonna feel weird, but it's gonna go one way or another. Guess what I can do is just line it up. And if you're a first-time person doing this, I wouldn't stress it out too much. This is just, putting decals on is just very stressful in general. And honestly, don't beat yourself up about it if it doesn't come out perfect. You know what I mean? It's just the nature of what you're doing, you know what I mean? It's just how it is. why don't I just try putting down one side. And then putting down the other. Guess if we could keep this nice and straight going down, then we're good, if we can. They're never as easy as they look, I'll tell you that much. See how I'm working my way down? I have this little sliver of white here, kind of using that as a line to follow, and just work my way down until I start to see a shift. If I see a shift in a way I don't want it to shift, then that's when you know you kind of gotta go back and fix your problem. See, right now I have a little bit of white in there, but honestly it doesn't look that bad. No, it looks better than what I thought. You see how this can sink in a little bit more? It's because then it was tough to cut. So what I'm going to try to do is, as this is in and I fill this in properly, I'm going to try to use something there to like just bend these flaps down inward, so that way the symbol can actually stick out more. So I'm just going to continue to go down. Oof, I gotta tell you, this sticks on like no tomorrow, like nobody's business. This is no joke. I'm kind of just working my way towards the left. I'm sorry, my right, because that border, I don't want it to get bigger as I go down. If it keeps getting bigger, then your whole process of doing this is just gonna go wall to one side, and you don't want that. Definitely don't want that. You see how I'm just using my finger just to roll it to the right slightly. I don't want too much where it's gonna knock the whole thing off to the side. And the closer we get to the bottom, the easier it is to fix, honestly, because you're not peeling back so much. And since I use the alcohol, it makes it stick so much stronger. I think it honestly makes any decal you put on last longer, in my opinion, whenever you use alcohol, because you dry off the plastic. You dry it off to the point, you know, where, all right, now what you see, we're shifting to the right side. I kind of don't want that, so I'm going to start working my way towards the left. Oh, I gotta flip over here. As long as we could get the bubbles all the way down as we're going down, we're good too. That's just going to make sure it comes out even better. It's looking really good, honestly. I think being on top of the actual plastic changes. To me, the texture looks different. the texture here looks different to this. I don't know, it could be the lighting, but it honestly looks better. It's looking good. So far, so good. As we get further down, it's going to be harder to see with this. Can't let myself neglect the left side. Alright, I think at this point I can pull the rest. Okay. Work it down. Wow, so the actual sticker doesn't go all the way down. Could have been either the manufacturer didn't cut it to length, or maybe that's the idea, because when you put it on the stand, you don't really see that. Slightly higher. It's slightly higher than this side, but when you look here, it's like, it's not even, I'm not even putting the flap over, so it could have been just the manufacturer. This side here could have shifted maybe a little bit more to the right, and that might have kept everything a little bit more lined up here. But all in all, it looks good, honestly. As you like, this piece here as well just goes white towards the bottom, so it kind of just blends in just slightly. You know, if you're someone who's, you know, very particular and you like to look and examine everything on what it is that you do, you're gonna notice it, you know. But yeah, that's one side done. Actually, I do have stickers I do want to put on top of this even further. That's gonna just make it a little bit more unique to me. I do want the shine to go through here, so I can't block this side, and I don't want to cover these trees, so I might just have to put the lettering here. That might be my best bet. And I hate that it's here, but this is kind of plain here, so I think I'm gonna go with this side. Okay. This piece, the right side of the console, looks like it's gonna be a little bit more trickier, just for the simple fact that you have this. This is gonna be a game changer as far as putting this piece on, because you literally have two flaps here that fold, but look how thin you have here. That's not much room to play. I could literally cut this off and then place it by itself. That's how much of a line they give you. It's not much. And these are two flaps, so as I go down, I'm gonna have to finagle to this curve and finagle to this. So hopefully it works out. All right. I can't wait to get me a black shell though. Honestly, I want to get a black shell and plasti dip it. Maybe with a different, like a stencil design or something that I can cut out and put on top of the black, and then plasti dip that and leave the black on the background, but just have it, I don't know, like a yellow skull or something crazy, a gold skull, kind of like Higgs from Death Stranding or something. That'll be sick. That would be so dope. So, alright, let's get rid of this border. Wish me luck on this side because this looks like it's going to be tough. Looks like it's going to be a lot tougher. I'm actually worried about this one. Alright. So same idea. I'm going to just work my way from top to bottom. And try to just adjust as I go down, especially here on this side. So yeah, let's see how that works out. And when I upload this video, you guys gonna see, you know, my entire basically live stream. It's not live, but live at home. And I don't know how to play with the camera settings in order to do like cutoff on clips. I have my father-in-law coming through the door very soon, so if you hear some noise, don't be bothered. Just my father-in-law. He'll probably ask me what I'm doing, and I'm gonna let him know that I'm streaming. So hopefully he leaves me alone. Alright, let's get one side. Don't like the way that ended. Oops. I have a very slight lip here, so I'm going to try to work my way towards the left, and hopefully that works out. Same idea, I'm just going to keep going down. What's up, Fabian? I'm live streaming right now, so I mean not live streaming. I'm recording a video, okay? So I'm gonna work my way down, but towards the left. That way I can get this side to just start moving towards the left. Same idea. You're just gonna keep rolling it down, making sure you get all the bubbles out. Honestly, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with this. Pretty happy the way it's looking. See it's starting to dip now. Start feeling the dip and the curve. This one feels like it was cut out a little bit bigger because I'm getting a little bit extra on both sides, which is fine because as long as you get the whole decal covering the whole thing, you should be good. Oop. Not good. So this is just getting a little tougher now. What I can do is finish off this end, work my way down, and it's gonna be tougher. It's gonna be tougher because if I continue to follow this, I'm gonna have, maybe I should just continue to follow this. Just pull it, give myself a little bit more slack. I think I'm gonna need this to stay covered. Okay. I'm just gonna peel it all and work with it, and hopefully I don't ruin it. Thing sounds like it's gonna rip. Oh, don't want that. See, this is the tough part here. It's not. There you go. The more I can put this on, the easier that side will be. I hope. I have to do a little bit of stretching for this. Working it down, making sure I don't get bubbles. That part is doing pretty good over there. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it hasn't ripped. Okay. I'm a little nervous now because of this here. If you have the digital version, I guarantee this would be easier, way easier, especially trying to get this curve. But if you're like me, old school, and you like to have your hard copy games, then this is what you're in for. This is going to be really challenging. But honestly, it's worth it. Because, you know, at the end of the day, once you've done it, you could be like, yeah, I did that. That's my masterpiece, you know? Yeah, a lot of bubbles here now. Work from here towards the edge, and then work down, getting all of that, you see? There you go. Some people don't have the patience for this. Some people would rather just paint theirs. You know, decals is not for everyone, I'll tell you that much. Oof. I'll bring that back to life. Gotta be getting there. Getting there. But yeah, like I was saying, if you have the digital version, this would be so much easier because you have, it should be two equal sides. Equally the same, so it should be on point. I got a little bit of bubbles here, nothing crazy. It still looks awesome. Now let's do the flap. This one's a little tough to see though. So when you're trying to get down, when you're trying to go down here, what you don't want is for this to give you that. You get bubbles on here because of the turning. If it starts to curve on you, forget it. This might be better. I might be better off doing this, but like, just like I did at the top, just working slowly downward. But on all sides, so it's kind of just equally going down. And then fix my adjustments, make my adjustments. This part here is very, very tedious. pressing on my nail just a little bit. Oh, I gotta say, this is the worst one. This is tough. This part here is very tough. Not even gonna lie. Just because it curves, so as it curves, kind of just gotta force all of this. This is working better than before.